Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to A, finally be making a video again, and B, I'm going to be talking about Stranger Things. I'm finally talking about it again. I have a whole notebook full of videos I want to make, but as many of you know, I'm studying abroad and obviously I should be immersing myself and having fun and, enjoying it, like this once in a lifetime opportunity. So I've been trying not to spend a lot of time on social media, on my phone, on all of that, like deep into the bowels of Netflix, because I really want to experience where I am. But I do feel so bad about the lack of posting I've been doing on this YouTube channel, and honestly, I miss it so much. I love my YouTube channel. I feel like I've lost that outlet to talk about a lot of things, so I'm excited to talk about what I'm going to talk about today, which is Hopper. So, obviously, there are spoilers for Stranger Things 3 and everything up before until the last episode of Stranger Things 3. Spoilers, obviously. Okay, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, I also can barely hear right now because I have a head cold. So if I'm talking, like, if the audio is weird or anything, like, I'm sorry. Like, I honestly just, my editing, anything that has to do with audio, like, is gonna be super weak because even the sound of my voice, I don't even know if I'm speaking loudly or not. So that's that. I realized I have not made a video about Hopper being alive. I've mentioned it in many of my videos. Okay, so what really triggered me to decide to make this video about Hopper at the moment that I am doing it is because David Harbour has been for a while dropping hints on his Instagram that Hopper is still alive. Obviously, as you guys know from my videos immediately following the aftermath of season 3, I was posting a lot of videos, theories, answering your questions, like stuff like that. And I kept saying, Hopper's alive, Hopper's alive, Hopper's alive. I've never believed he was dead, except for like maybe 0.2 seconds during the speech. But I firmly believe that he is alive. That there is no convincing me, unless season 4 comes out and he's still. If they finish this entire series and he's still dead, then I will believe he is dead. But I firmly believe that he is not dead and that he is alive, and that David Harbour knows it and has been telling all of us very slyly through his Instagram profile pictures. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are his profile pictures. I had not captured photos of a few of the numbers, but luckily those were numbers that were repeated. So I missed the first one that he did, and I missed the last one that he did. I missed the first one because I noticed he made his profile picture a number, but I was like, that's weird, but I didn't think anything of it because why would I? And then when he posted the second number, I realized what he was doing very quickly, and I started freaking out and compiling screenshots throughout the few months that he has been doing this. So, for those of you who don't know, David Harbour has been changing his profile pictures every once in a while to different numbers, and the numbers, when put together, are Murray Bauman's phone number, as we heard from Stranger Things season 3. So, if you guys remember when Joyce and Hopper are with Alexei at Murray Bauman's place, and they're calling to get the help of Paul Reiser's character, Dr. Owens, they call the government, and like Hop has to have his like code word and everything, and then Joyce is all like wheelbarrow, and yeah, it's a really funny scene. But the key thing is that they say what the phone number is. They say Murray's phone number out loud, and I'm pretty sure it's 618-625-8313 or something like that. I will put, obviously, photos of all of this in the video. Yeah, so, and if you call, and this was a whole thing even right after the show dropped, but if you call that number, you will be directed to Murray Bauman's voicemail, which is really funny at first. And he's like doing all this, like, I told you not to call, Mom, stop calling this number. We have like a certain amount of calls a day. And then he says, but if this is Joyce calling, I have a new lead. And it's like, what's your new lead? What are you guys researching together? Obviously, Murray Bauman is a hugely well-known and successful detective, as we found out, and private investigator, as we found out in season 2, when Nancy was asking them about when her and Steve were over for dinner at Barb's house, and her parents were talking about how they hired a man to help them track down their daughter, who unfortunately, as we know from season 1, was dead the whole time. But anyway, yeah, so if you call this number, it like kind of teases the fact that Joyce and Murray are still investigating something, which is interesting, even given the fact that it looks like Joyce has, by the end of season 3, just given up on all things Hawkins and supernatural. She has removed herself from the situation by taking Will, Jonathan, and Elle out of Hawkins, which, rip. But that's a whole other video. Anyway, it's really interesting, and it kind of raised some suspicions, and it was a little bit of food for thought. So yeah, so if you call that number, it kind of is like, what are they researching? Is Hop still alive? Are they researching Hop? And so that's interesting. And obviously people could say, they might not be researching Hop. It could be something else. Well, why is David Harbour posting all those numbers in his profile pictures? And then immediately following the end of his profile pictures, like when he posted the last 3, very quickly, like so quickly that within the span of 24 hours I missed it, he changed his profile picture to an upside down photo of a room, and then he posted an upside down photo of a sunflower, and then he posted a picture of a rainbow. So any Stranger Things fan knows that everything I just said is very Stranger Things. First of all, upside down. I don't even need to explain that to you guys. Second of all, sunflower, rainbow. I have been waiting. I don't think he's posted anything yet, but those of you who know, especially from season 2, sunflowers and rainbows are part of the flashback, the endless loop that Terry Ives is stuck in from when she was trying to rescue her daughter, Jane, aka 11, aka Elle. Whatever. Yeah, so Terry Ives, as you guys know, it's like the sunflower, rainbow, 453 to the right, 4 to the left, like the whole thing. And so now I have suspicions that maybe Terry Ives knows where Hopper is. Like Terry Ives is the key to finding Hopper. That's what I'm just gonna say. Okay, so let's flesh out some things first. First of all, 11 cannot find Hopper because she does not have her powers. That is deliberate. They have her not have her powers at the end of this season because if she had her powers, she would know that Hopper was alive. That is just even more proof that Hopper's alive because they have that, it's purposely written into the plot. Beyond that, there's a lot of suspicion about where is Hopper, where did he go? There is about a 30-second, I'd say, gap between the last time we see Hopper and when the American army, like military, comes in to storm the Russian base. And honestly might be longer than 30 seconds, but that is just within the editing of the show as well. And obviously that time could be a bit sketchy. And there's also about a 3 to 5 second gap, I'd say, between the last time we see Hopper and when the laser goes off. That's another thing. I don't believe Hopper was killed by the laser, as we saw multiple times throughout the span of season 3. When someone was burnt up by that laser, their remains were still there. And Hopper's remains were not still there. There was nothing on that little platform, and you could say, oh, well, it's like grated and so he probably fell through the grates. No, like they would show it. The Duffer Brothers have emphasized since season 1 that if it is a significant character, they will die on screen. That is how they confirmed that Dr. Brenner is still alive. They said he's too big of a character to die on screen. And if Dr. Brenner is too big of a character to die off of screen, then Hopper is too big of a character to die off of screen. We would see it. Like it would be really sad, but we would actually see Hopper dying if he were to die. That's another thing. So again, there is this time span, this gap between the last time we see Hopper and between when people are searching the area where Hopper might have been. So that gives enough time for something to have happened, for him to have gotten somewhere or for him to have been taken somewhere. I do believe he probably tried to go. Joyce closed her eyes when she was going to go turn the keys. She obviously would not have seen. This, again, is deliberate. Everything they do is deliberate. So, that's something. Again, many theories have been going around. Some people believe that Hopper is the American. I personally believe it's more likely that Brenner might be the American. It's hard to say because I think that the placement of the T's at the end of those credits with that's the American, right after we're led to believe that Hopper is dead, could be screaming, it's Hopper. But it also could be a misdirection, which Stranger Things is known for. So, well, not known for, but like they're also known for it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, we all thought Will was dead. No, I didn't think Will was dead. But like in the first season, everyone thought Will was dead, but he wasn't. And the key thing is that no one saw where he went. And that's the same thing with Hopper. No one saw where he went. And so he could have gone into the Upside Down, but, and I have to say this, I don't, like, it's annoying that I have to say this, but Hopper could not have survived. There will be another time jump between seasons, and that means there will be a significant amount of time, likely close to a year or at least a few months, between the 4th of July holiday time span when this season happened and when the show comes back. I think it is likely to come back for Christmas, New Year's, or Valentine's Day. They usually like to drop the season around a holiday, and those are the three most likely in terms of time-wise for filming and editing, how long they usually take to complete a season. And also they teased coming back for Christmas in the end of this season with Mike and Eleven's conversation. They also talked about Thanksgiving, but I don't think that's as likely. I mean, it could be. I'm not gonna like debunk that. I think Thanksgiving would be really cool, but I think it's more likely that it would be Christmas, around Christmas time, because seasons 1 and season 2 season 1 was closer to Christmas time, and that was amazing. We can bring back the Christmas lights. And B, Mike referred to them coming to Hawkins for Christmas rather than him going to wherever they are. So I think it's likely that it's a better excuse for them all to be together if they come back during Christmas time. So let's think about that time gap. Even if it's the immediate Christmas after the 4th of July when all of this went down, that is almost exactly 6 months. And I know that because my birthday's on 4th of July. My half birthday is January 4th. So that is way too long for Hopper to survive in the Upside Down. Will made it almost a week, barely, and there's no food and water in the Upside Down, and the air is toxic. There's no way Hopper would have survived that long. And a lot of people are thinking, oh, maybe he went to Russia through the Upside Down, or oh, maybe he's going to be rescued at the start of the next season. Well, unless he gets rescued within the time span of a week, within the period after the 4th of July, and they just show it as a flashback, that's possible, but there's no way he survived 6 months. And so a lot of people are suggesting those as theories, and I just have to debunk them, because also, how is he supposed to get to Russia through the Upside Down? There's still an ocean. Like, there's just, yeah. So I just needed to say that very quickly. But, so those are two things that I just needed to preface. But, so there's a lot of theories about where Hopper might be. I personally think that Brenner is probably more likely the American, if not another number from Hawkins' lab. But there's also some things to think about. Like the 450 guy from season 2, who Elle and Collie, they all go to kill him. And then Elle finds out he has kids, and she's like, I don't want to kill him. And Callie tries to kill him, and he plays Bertram in Jesse. I don't know his actual name. But he knows where Brenner is. I mean, he could have just been trying to save himself. But I believe he does know where Brenner is. And if he knows where he is and how to contact him, can Brenner be in Russia? I don't know, but I think it is possible that Brenner's in Russia. I don't know. That's a whole nother theory, honestly, and I don't want to get into it, but I do think it's possible that Hop could be the American, but there's so many possibilities to where he might be. He could be with the American government, like maybe Dr. Owens found him, but at the same time, why would Dr. Owens keep him from going back to Hawkins, back to El? Because Dr. Owens is a good guy, as we've seen. And so that's another thing. Maybe it's out of Dr. Owens' hands. Maybe Hop, they're not letting, maybe he is captive somewhere. I do believe he's captive somewhere. It's just a matter of who is holding him captive and why. I definitely do not think there's another possession. I know that some people have been suggesting that as a theory, that he's gonna go into the Upside Down, the Mind Flayer is gonna possess him, and then that's how he's gonna, I don't know, like something about that. That I don't believe they're going to do again. It would be way too repetitive. They've already done it with Will and Billy 2 seasons in a row. And they didn't just do it with Billy, but they did it with like the entire, like dozens of people in Hawkins. And so they aren't going to do that again. And if they do it again, justice for Will Byers, because I have so many thoughts. I am going to be making, by the way, another Will Byers video. I have to talk about what happened in season 3. Anyway, I'm getting off the topic here. But Hopper is somewhere. And I do believe that Terry Ives, who has the same powers as Eleven, except, well, to we've seen the extent that we have seen her powers, they are so far the same powers as Eleven. Elle. I don't know what I honestly, some people get triggered. I don't know like what to call her. Sometimes I call her Elle, sometimes I call her 11. I never really call her Jane. But they have relatively, if not the same, powers. Obviously, Elle's powers came from some extent, Terry, and then probably she developed more of her own throughout the experiments on herself. So since David Harbour is posting the sunflower, rainbow, all that stuff, I do think Terry Ives is the key to finding Hopper, because as we know, Elle cannot go into her mind void and find Hop, but Terry can, and this is very important. And I think if Murray or Joyce or anyone would be to track down Terry again, she would somehow, for some reason, if they were to do that for some reason, I think she would somehow communicate to them that Hopper is still alive. I think she knows. I know it's not a very concrete theory, but I do believe that in season 4, Terry Ives will be utilized again, as well as the other numbers. I think they will be brought back in, and I think that they will be the key to finding Hopper wherever he may be. All right, so that's basically all my reasoning why Hopper is alive. I'll just say that. Oh, and one more thing that I haven't talked about is Hopper, and just a little bit more proof about why he's alive. Chief Jim Hopper was first introduced to us in that scene in his trailer. And the first shot of that scene is a drawing of a family. And that establishing shot, for the first time we see him, shows us that his end goal as a character, his completed character arc arrival zone, is to have a family. And I know that we have partially gotten that with Elle, but we all know that Hopper is in love with Joyce. That is no secret. And we all know that his family will not be complete until Joyce is in it. And so I believe that when Chopper is endgame and they're both happy and safe, everyone's safe, and Elle is alive and safe, and they're all a family, then Hopper's character arc will truly be able to complete itself. He is a desperate, sad man that is very lonely, and he has been since the first time we meet him. And to draw a parallel, imagine what it would be like if Will had a drawing of their family on the fridge or the wall, and that was the like a drawing we saw during the last scene with all of them. Imagine how perfect that arc would be. It would just be so beautiful. So I do believe that they can't kill Hopper, one of their main characters, until they even Bob had a completed character arc by the time they killed him, and Billy did too. So I just think that it would be it's just obvious that this is like what his character has been working towards and what he will get eventually. I know he will get it. And so that's just further proof that he is still alive, because he has not completed his journey, and his journey ends with having a family, a real family, the family he wants and the family he loves, and that loves him back, and that is safe. So that is my Hopper video, my kind of theories, my thoughts on the future of Hopper in Stranger Things and where he is and where he's going and what's happening. So I will be making more videos about Stranger Things 4 and everything going forward, particularly surrounding Will and Elle and the Byers family and things that I really think are important. For example, not introducing any more main characters. So fun stuff. Anyway, okay. So I'm a little rusty. So I hope that this video was even halfway decent. I will be editing it, obviously, and it's really nice to be making videos again. God, I miss it so much. Okay, so more Stranger Things videos to come, I promise. I will be watching Joker. I am very excited, and I obviously at some point when it releases, we'll be seeing the Goldfinch here too. I don't know, different release dates and stuff in the UK. As far as Disney Plus and Hulu, everything that's dropping on those two platforms, I will not have access to it until... One of my ears just popped. I will not have access to it until I get home, which is very unfortunate. So I will not be able to review Runaways Season 3 or anything to do with Disney Plus until a month and a half after it comes out. But there's other cool stuff while I'm here. Like, I can watch Great British Bake Off live. Woo! So it's pros and cons, but I'm having a great time. I really am very happy, and I appreciate all the patience you guys have been having with me. And any day now they will be announcing season 4 of Stranger Things. I guarantee you. We've already waited longer than we normally wait for an announcement like this. However, they also need to have the episode titles in order to do their formal announcement like they usually do. Even if they're not the exact episode titles, they're known for changing a little bit. They need to have a rough idea of what's going on in every episode so that they can give it a guesstimate title. And until they have that, we won't get the official formal announcement that we normally get. The theories that they were going to be filming in the fall, I'm pretty sure have been debunked, so I think they're going to start filming in early 2020. And yeah, so I know that the wait has been long and stressful for many of you, but don't worry. Trust me, as a person who has seen Stranger Things over a dozen times, unhealthily obsessed with this show, I can guarantee you that it is not going anywhere. It has not been canceled, and it will not be canceled unless something drastic happens, which will not happen. So don't worry, it will come back. I don't know why everyone's freaking out. You just have to be patient. And honestly, I would rather wait 2 years and have an amazing season than get something super rushed to meet the expectations of the fans in terms of timeline. So again, just be patient with them. Stuff like this takes a lot of time, and ultimately we are going to get an amazing new season out of all of this. So be excited, and yeah, so keep Stranger Things alive, keep posting about it, making theories, and yeah. Oh, and if you guys want to hear little hints and stuff about new seasons, usually going to a Stranger Con or a Comic Con where Millie or Noah or any of them are doing any sort of panel, they usually drop some sort of baby hint. When I was at Stranger Con a few months ago, Noah dropped some stuff that I was like, about season 3 and a little bit about season 4. So I think it's just interesting to hear stuff like that, and then you can make your own theories based off of it. So, but not everyone can do stuff like that. They usually post videos of them online. But if you want to get Stranger Things content going forward, be sure to just check out YouTuber videos and on all stuff on social media. I don't think social media stuff is as reliable because, again, there is an entire fan base freaking out about stuff, which is really exhausting, especially since a lot of the Stranger Things fan base happens to be younger, the age of the kids or younger, and that can be interesting, to say the least. It's not an area of the fandom I like to spend time in, mainly because I'm 20 years old and it's not an area meant for me. Let's just say that. But I do think that there's a lot of content out there to ease your Stranger Things needs, and worst case, just watch it again. And if you guys want to catch up on all Stranger Things stuff, you can watch some of my videos. I have a Will Byers character study, my MVPs of season 3, which honestly I left out some important people and I kind of regret that. But yeah, I made a couple of videos in the wake of season 3, and I will be continuing to put out some more. So subscribe to this channel if you want to see stuff like that. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and videos about Stranger Things, I suppose. You guys know it's my favorite show. It's my favorite thing to talk about. So that and Marvel, I guess. And yeah, so please leave a comment down below about your theories and what you think about Hopper. And I love to hear them. But remember your common sense, and remember that it must fit into the rules and the logistics and the laws of the world of Stranger Things. And that being said, can't wait to hear all of your theories. If I really like it, I'll incorporate it into one of my videos, because I have seen theories where I'm like, oh, mind blown. Anyway, yeah, have a good day, everyone.